everybody, thanks for joining me for another process video today. I'm going to share with you a layout that I did using mostly my Felicity Jane February kit. So first of all, what I did is I took the Dear Lizzie stencil that I had, and then I used some Lindy's Gang mist, and I sprayed over that stencil, and then I took another piece of cardstock and stuck it on that, and so I got two basically backgrounds all in one shot. So I took one of those and then I cut the floral black and white piece of paper and put that on the top of my layout. And then I used some little tickets to kind of make my my little border there to cover up where the paper is put on the cardstock. So, and now I'm going through different things in the kit just to see what I want to put on the layout. And I cut out that little You and Me card from the cut apart sheet, and I'm looking through some of the other things. There was a cute little gold scallop, so I was looking at that as well. And then I start mounting my picture. So I mounted onto this mint green cardstock, and it's already got adhesive on it, so that's kind of nice. I don't have to worry about that. So I get that on there and trim it down, and then I take the back side of the floral paper, which has the black paper with the white hearts, and I'm going to use that for a second matting on my photo. So I'm just going to trim that up and get that ready to go. And then once I do that, I'll start figuring out where I want everything on my page. So there, now I have my photo and it's all matted, and I'm just kind of figuring out placement of things right now. First I'm going to glue down that top section. And once I get that lined up, then I'll start working on getting the placement of things again. So I get that there. I decide to go ahead and stick the little tickets down. And I'm going to start doing that. And then I'm going to realize that they're a little crooked at some point. Although right there I think they're straight. And so then I take out my T-square and I put them down. And even though I use my T-square, I think in the end they still look crooked to me. They actually looked better before I pulled out the T-square for whatever reason. But whatever. It is what it is. Just go with it. So I'm going to stick the other side down. And that's my little border there. So now I'm going to put that over there. And I've got the little gold scallop. And I'm thinking I want to put those in my corners and maybe create sort of a diagonal. So I'm going to trim that up and put it in different sections. But first I decide that I want to mount my layout on a piece of black cardstock just to give it a little pop. So I trimmed it down on the four sides, and now I'm just going to put some ATG on it, and then I'll get that stuck down. So here we go, getting everything placed again. So, oh, that's right, I pulled out the little gold bow. It's like a little gold felt bow, really pretty. So I'm going to end up using that, although I don't think I stuck it down yet. And so now I'm just looking at different embellishments that were in the kit. There's some cute little flare. There's the gold scallop. There's some gold hearts and the little gold XOXO. And I end up using the gold scallop, and like I said, I'm kind of creating a little bit of a diagonal. So I'm going to put one up in the top left corner and the bottom right corner. And I kind of wish that I didn't stick them down when I did, because you're going to see later on that I'm going to kind of flip my picture in that little cut apart sheet and move those around. So now I'm looking at my title, and I originally started to go with the title that are the letters that were in the kit, and they're by Pink Paisley, but they were a little bit too small. I wanted something a little bit taller. So I pulled out some other letters by Pink Paisley, and I think they're from the Bella Rouge collection, and I had them in my stash. So I pulled those out and started working on those, and then I spelled out Be Mine with the letters. And I like the way they look. They're a little bit taller. So now I'm going to get my picture stuck down, And then I'm going to get that little cut apart sheet situated as well on the layout. Or maybe I'm going to stick the bow down first. I can't remember. Yep, so I'm using just the little glue dots there to get the bow stuck down on, oh, I'm going to see if I want to switch this out to a different card, but I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to go back to the other one because I like the colors on the other one better. So I'm going to get that stuck down. And you'll notice I did flip my picture over to the other side and I moved that cut apart card over to the left side. And now I'm going to get that bow stuck down on the card. So now I'm just looking at different embellishments again. I put a piece of flair right there on the little cut apart card, but I'm not going to end up using that there. I am going to use one in the bottom right hand corner with the scallop, even though I tried in the upper left. That didn't work right for me, so I'm going to go ahead and glue the scallop down. And I kind of wish that I would have put the scallop in the upper right and bottom left, but what's done is done, so get that glued down with a little bit of my Scotch adhesive. So I get those stuck down and then I start looking at the flare again and trying to figure out if I might want to use that. So then I go back to my letters at this point and I ran those through my little Xyron so that I had the sticky on the back of them. And so I just have to get a little bit of the sticky out of the letters. But I'm going to spell out Be Mine, and then I'm going to put the little brackets on each end of the title. It made it much easier to put it through the Xyron too, so I didn't have to worry about any adhesive showing. It was very nice. But anyways, while I'm doing that, I originally did this layout for a challenge on the Victoria Marie Facebook group. She had a challenge, an ingredient challenge, and so we had to use certain things on our layout, like 3 patterned papers, one regular just blank paper, like 5 die cuts, and some mixed media, and I can't remember if that's everything. I should have printed out the list, but I didn't. So I decided that I would use this layout for that challenge, and I had started it, and when I saw her challenge, so then I just incorporated all the elements that she had on her challenge into this layout and submitted it for that. And if you haven't checked out her Facebook group, you really should, because it's a lot of fun. She always has fun challenges going on over there, and we don't get prizes or anything like that, but it's a lot of fun, and it just makes you get scrapping. So I was just looking at my layout again there to see what else I might want to add. I'm feeling like it's still a little bland to me. So I pulled out this little scallopy ribbon that was in the kit, and I'm going to push that around a little bit, but I'm not going to end up using it. There I go, trying to see if it might work up there. Nope, not going to happen. So now I'm going to pull out the stamps. With the Felicity Jane kit, you get stamps in your kit every month. So my title was Be Mine, and then underneath that I put Always and Forever using the stamps. It's great because it's just the whole alphabet. And then after I stamp that out, I'm going to use this little row of hearts. There was a little grouping of hearts on the stamp sheet, so I used those. I stamped on each side of the Always and Forever. And then I took some pink ink that was from Paper Tray Ink, and I ended up stamping that on my little cut apart, the You Plus Me Equals My Favorite. I go and put the little grouping of hearts on that as well. But of course, even once I get that done, I'm not going to stop there. I've got to add some more things. So I think right now is when I do the pink hearts. Yep, that's what I'm doing there. I just felt like the bottom of that card was a little bit plain, and I didn't want something huge like a piece of flair, but just felt like it needed something, so that stamp was just perfect for that. So now I'm just looking at embellishments again, trying to figure out what I want to do. And I looked at some of the gold hearts that were in the kit, but I ended up going to some little gold Studio Calico chipboard hearts that I had. And I'm going to end up using one of those in the bottom right corner and the top left corner eventually. But I go back and I look at the sheet that came with the kit right now. I think I just maybe glued down my flare before, but I'm gonna take this sheet, and there's some cut aparts on there, but I didn't want to use them the way they were, like as a tag, so I punched out some hearts. I got out one of my punches and punched out some little hearts so that I could put something in that bottom corner, because I just felt like there was so much pink down there. So, and then there was so much black up top, so I felt like I kind of needed to balance it a little bit. So I put some black hearts down in the bottom right corner with one of the gold Studio Calico hearts. And then in the upper left hand corner, I'm going to take another one of the cut aparts from there, and I'm going to punch out some hearts for that corner as well. And they're kind of like the orangey pink. I think they've got like, I think it might be like a coral color with pink polka dots on them. And I get those on there, and I'm feeling a little bit better now. Just adds a little bit more color, breaks up some of that black and white, and then the pink down on the bottom, because that was just a lot of pink. And get all that glued down. And even after I get that glued down, I end up going back and taking my black pen and outlining the hearts, because I didn't feel like they stood out enough. So I just take my black pen and go around that. So you'll see it in the final close-ups and the pictures there. So when I'm taking a look at it again to see what else I might want to do. And I'm going to put some little spray mist splatters, and then I'm going to take my India ink down in the bottom right corner, and I'm going to do some of those down in the right hand corner. And since I did get some dots on my little cut apart, I went ahead and just put it back and then put another one, so it didn't look like I had totally screwed it up, even though I did, but that's okay. So I'm doing the India ink down now in the bottom right hand corner. Just cleaning it up a little bit. So now I'm going to cut out a little journaling spot that I can put down there. I don't have much to say on this layout because it was really just my daughter's first Valentine party, so that's pretty much what I said. So I wrote that on there. And then after that, I'm going to take my Heidi Swapp date roller stamp and put the date on that. I'm just using some black ink. Then once I get that down, I think that pretty much finishes the layout. I don't think I add anything else. And I just play around with where I might want to put it. A little bit of placement, and I end up putting it right under my title in the end. So I get that stuck down, and then that's pretty much the end of it. So here's some close-ups, and thanks for watching, and I hope to have another video uploaded soon. Bye!